4.5 rebounds and also dishes out around 2.5 assists each night. The Senators are out in action. Number 30, Peyton Walker, 6'4" and a senior. He's the 3 spot, 11.2 per game and 4.5 rebounds for one of the 3 bigs in this lineup. Number 24, Hunter Sanford, he had the monster weekend last weekend in conference play with a double-double at Valley and 22 against the Commodores on Saturday night. Hunter 6'5" and a senior, 14.2 per game to lead the team, along with 6.5 rebounds and 3 assists. And the Iceman, Jackson Byrne, recently committed to Indiana State. He will be a Sycamore in the fall and play on that offensive line for the Sycamores. The Iceman, 6'4" and a senior, 10.5 points, 4.5 rebounds per game for the Senators in their home white threads trimmed in blue and red, blue letters and numerals in those Under Armour unis. Meanwhile, Mitchell in the traveling blue uniform, solid blue with a little bit of gold trim down the side, gold letters and numerals in the Nike threads. Tonight's Indiana High School Athletic Association officials, Mr. Dan Huffnagel, Abe Bartlett, and Steve Siebert. We're underway, ready to go on the Ron Smith court. It's going to be 32, A.J. Passmore against 6'5", Hunter Sanford. Senators on the 1220 dial going from left to right. Also catch us on live stream if you go to WW Senator Radio or on Facebook or on Twitter. You can find the link for tonight's game and catch it live as well on the video feed underneath. Nice start to the game as they get Hunter going early. And the Senators on their first possession go low in the block, Joe, and that's just what we want to establish.
Good high-low action there. Jackson getting it on the elbow, turning the back cut to Hunter.
Nice swat by Hunter as he blocks it away from Passmore underneath. So Hunter starts the night with a basket and a big-time swat, and then a three-pointer to answer by Cam Blackwell to give the Jackets their first lead of the night at 3-2.
Don't want to give second chances, Misty. We want to get that block. We want to go with it.
Dan Huffnagel with the first whistle of the night. It'll be a personal against the Jackets. And we'll see who he pegs for this one away from
32.
the ball. This one's going to go on 32. That'll be A.J. Passmore's first. Again, team's first and our game's first at the 7:19 mark of the period. Just underway, Misty Jones alongside of Joe Walker. Craig Akers bringing you the live stream feed again at WW Senator Radio on Facebook and Twitter. Shot missed underneath, clearing it out of there. The Blue Jackets bring it up. Blackwell off to Blackwell, and Dalton Blackwell will be fouled. This will be the first Senator foul of the night. Dan Huffnagel with the call again, and this one's going to go against Peyton. That'll be his first.
There was no shot there.
And
Mitchell
they thought it was on the
shot.
shot.
He was down on the ground.
Doug Thomas gets it rejected and turned away by Dan Huffnagel. And now Huffnagel will have a conversation with him at midcourt in front of the scorer's bench and get clarification. Still doesn't like it, doesn't agree with it, but will inbound anyway in front of Coach Sullivan and the rest of the JV and varsity staff for West Washington. Back with it, Dalton Blackwell. 3-ball rattles home, and the Jackets start with 2 big three-pointers, one from Cam Blackwell and one from Dalton Blackwell, and it's a 6-2 advantage here early for the Jackets. 6:45 and counting, first quarter of play.
Right from the same spot on the floor, Misty.
Peyton has it on the wing, gives it out now to Michael. I was able to talk to Michael. Was hoping to play that pregame, but went on late, so we'll try to play some of it at the halftime break as I had a chance to talk with the senior prior to the tip here tonight. Just over a minute and a half gone by. Senators trail it by 4 to the Jackets. Again, Senators with the win tonight will go to 4-0, leaving them with matchups against Crawford and Orleans in the conference, trying to win their first ever outright conference title in school history for the basketball program. Byrne has it on the baseline right side. He feeds to Hunter, who kicks to Peyton. Now back out to Michael. Right back to Peyton. Left side three in the corner. Left it short. Rebound comes off to Passmore and the Jackets. He'll race it into the front court. No one there to pick him up, and he'll finger roll over the front edge.
Got to play defense.
Passmore with his first basket. It's an 8-2 advantage, and that prompts a timeout by the Senators. And it will be, I believe, a 30-second timeout. It will indeed, for West Washington with 5:53 to play in this first quarter of action. Senators are getting some good looks, Joe. Just bad angles perhaps on the block.
Well, we've had a couple opportunities down low with Hunter. He kind of misstepped going in the one time, kind of lost control of the ball. The shot Peyton had in the corner was open, but I believe he rushed it a little bit. The defense was a little too close. He got it, kicked it back to Michael. Michael come back to him. I don't think he was really comfortable with that shot.
Timeout by West Washington. Again, 5:53 to play, first quarter. Jackets have jumped out on the Senators here, 8-2. Again, for fans that have been following this series over the last few seasons, there have been some doozies and overtime here and there. A couple of close games, a 3-point game last year, and our first turnover of the night as Michaels whistled for the double dribble. Steve Siebert with the call. And they'll inbound, and it'll be Cam and Dalton Blackwell bring it up. Dalton just a long, tall drink of water out there with that wide 6'5" frame, and he'll jump, stop, and drag the foot for the first turnover of the night for the Jackets as he's whistled for the travel.
Yeah, he didn't like that call either. I think Michael kind of hung the ball on his hip there. He took 2 steps, no doubt about that travel.
Peyton has it out top in front of the Mitchell bench. They'll swing it around on the perimeter from Byrne to Sizemore. Pull-up Jay won't go from 16 feet away on that left elbow. Rebound cleared out by the Jackets as Cam Blackwell will bring it up again. Looks to go right side, dribble handoff to Pritchett. Now back to Dalton Blackwell. 2 dribbles, gets in, had nowhere to go, had it stolen away by Michael on the pass attempt. Tried to jump pass. Second turnover of the night for the Jackets, and then Michael nearly loses the handle, had it poked away underneath. It will stay with the Senators. Michael will trigger it in, 1-4 low set. Byrne on the ball side block. He'll look to clear out. Both bigs come out to the high post. They'll try to isolate underneath. They get Michael against Blackwell. Turnaround jumper won't go again.
We've not got anybody crashing the boards, Misty. Offensively, everybody's fading back off the shot.
Grab them some popcorn. They're spectating. Blackwell with it in the left corner. Thought about a 3. Instead, will bring it out. Senators in that man-to-man defense to start things out. And Noah Green draws the tough assignment of staying with Blackwell. Nice spin dribble by Cam Blackwell. Shook the defender for a moment, and he has to kick it back out to Passmore. Jackets will reset. Coming up on the halfway mark of this first quarter of action. Pritchett with the dribble out front. Had it poked away. Turnover number 3. Peyton to the other end. 2-on-1 break. Hits the basket, but it'll be a foul on the floor. Ball's waved off here. Siebert says no way, no continuation for you, Allen Iverson. 4:33 to play, and the Senators will inbound again, and this will be team foul number 2 as this one goes on Dalton Blackwell. Byrne gets it in, now to Michael underneath. This time passes up the shot, kicks out to Peyton. Deep 3, bingo, baby! Bottom of the barrel for Peyton. He knocks down the triple, and it's now an 8-5 ball game.
It's a good look there, but Peyton, he had time to get his feet set.
Another deflection. Michael with the steal, coast to coast, works against Blackwell. Blackwell doesn't challenge, and Michael's got his first basket of the night, and the Senators on a 5-0 spurt here have cut the lead to 1 at 8-7. Dalton Blackwell again in the high post against Green, has to kick it out to the corner, and Cam Blackwell left it short. Rebound deflected off now to Green, who leaves it off for Sizemore, and he'll bring it into the front court to Green. Now to Byrne, underneath against Passmore, left it short on the bunny. Comes off, though, to Hunter on the long rebound. Peyton, he'll drive, take contact. A blocking foul as Passmore couldn't get there in time. And Peyton will be rewarded with a trip to the charity stripe. Passmore did not agree, and that'll be 2 on him, Joe. He'll have to set down team foul number 3 on the Jackets. And we'll see number 23, Matthew Jenkins, a 6'1 junior, check in.
That was pretty close, Misty. With that one foul Peyton's got, and he's driving down that baseline like that, you really got to be sure that guy's moving his feet. You don't want him to get set up on you and get a cheap one.
Is that Dinky, I said? Well, Dinky's in the house. Peyton's got all kinds of people here tonight, Joseph. He's got a fan club.
Having Christmas tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Family has gathered in for a January Christmas. Watching Peyton knock down his first free throw attempt of the night. He's got 4 of the team's 8. First tie of the night since it was all zeros. And Peyton breaks the tie and gives the Senators the lead back at 9-8. Peyton's got 5 in this first quarter of play. 9-8, 3:36 and counting in this first quarter. Deflection out front of that 1-3-1. Hunter with the steal to the other end, lays it up and in.
There you go. My gosh, now that's what you call a 6'5 man taking the ball down the floor, behind the back, a little dipsy-do, and 2 for you.
Joe's been sitting on that one all afternoon, folks. 30-second timeout for Doug Thomas and the Mitchell Blue Jackets. 3:28 to play in this first period. But, Joe, it's the kind of run that you want to see out of the Senator team, a very inspired run at that.
You get the 6'5" Hunter Sanford up here on the top. You've got the reach and the length up there on the point of that 1-3-1. It makes it hard for a guard to pass over. Of course, when you got Passmore up there on the top, it's not as hard for him, but when the younger brother is out there kind of off that wing. He's not as tall, and he can't get the ball over Hunter.
It's a 9-0 run that spurred that timeout by Coach Doug Thomas, and the Jackets. Senators have seized the momentum and the lead back once more. It's 11-8. And for the Senators, their largest lead of this first period of action. Jackets have enjoyed the lead as big as 6. Blackwell off to Blackwell as Dalton has it. He's trapped now, far side. Has to pick it up quickly, and he's going to throw it away, Joe. That's already 6 turnovers forced against the Jackets.
You take that 1-3-1 pressure, and you get it up there, and you get him trapped. He got nervous. He wasn't sure what to do. The length of West Washington is really hurting him right now.
6 giveaways for the Jackets, just 1 for the Senators. 3 minutes and some change here to go in this first quarter of play. Senators now hungry.
Michael.
They turn it over, though, for the second time. Try to force it into the high post, and Dalton to the other end. Blackwell with the score. Dalton Blackwell with 5 now. And now it's a 1-point game as the Jackets are going to answer with their own 1-3-1.
Michael's got to be real smart up here on the top. They've got some fast hands.
Blackwell and Jenkins on the wings. Cam Blackwell out top. And a jumper won't go for the Senators. Blackwell clears it out. Dalton into the front court now to Jenkins, and it'll be an unforced turnover this time. They've had a couple of those. It's 7 turnovers now in this first quarter as they start to mount up. And we'll get a thumbs down call, or a thumbs up call rather. They'll switch it now from the bench, and we'll see what that offers. That's going to offer the 1-3-1 on the thumbs up, but they're going to raise it a little bit, not be so compressed on this trip. So both teams showing anything you can do. They're trying to say, I can do better with that 1-3-1. A deflection underneath, and the Mitchell fans and coaches unhappy with the call by Abe Bartlett. And it's going to be a foul on Cam Blackwell, his first. And that's going to be number 4 whistled against the Jackets here. Passmore already on the bench with 2. Little stack for the Senators. They try to bring Hunter to the basket. Can't get him on the lob, so they'll kick out deep to Peyton, and now hand off to Michael, who will reset. Coming up on 2 minutes to play, first quarter of action.
Need a good solid trip here down the floor.
Michael in the mid-post, gives it to Hunter, turns, spins at the basket, got one to go with a little kiss off the window. He's got 6 in this first period, extends the lead back to 3 at 13-10. Underneath, nice dribble drive move, and it's going to be an and-one opportunity. Senator football coaches to our left, begging for a travel. And we'll have another substitution. This will be Eric Fleener, 6 foot and a junior, in for his first minutes of the night for the Jackets. And that will send Cade Pritchett to the bench. And to the free throw line, Xavier Barrett, 9 points per game. Trying to finish off an old-fashioned 3-point play. That was his first points of the night. First free throw is up and good. First free throw of the night for the Jackets, a success, and we're tied for the second time at 13 apiece.
They want to draw this 1-3-1 out now. They're kind of in the 3-2. They sucked it back down.
Little 3-2 and compress the top of that a little bit. Drop Cam Blackwell down just a little bit, not bring him out with so much pressure that you typically see out of a 3-2. And on the dribble drive, we're going to have a foul. Mitchell coaches flip back in the chair. Doug Thomas unhappy with the call again. Him and Huffnagel's already had a couple of big disagreements in this first period of play.
Well, it'll be a long night if you're starting to disagree this early, Misty.
I've been known to do that, though. Number 5 whistled against the Jackets here in this first quarter in the foul department. And that one against 42, Xavier Barrett. And to the free throw line, Noah Green. We're on the year. He's a 73% free throw shooter, and entering tonight 46 of 63. First one up and good, and so is the second. So Noah gets his first points of the night for the 5 starters in the books in this first period of play. Tie is broken, giving the Senators the lead at 15-13. Michael brings it into the front court. Now to Jackson. Gets it back out and around the perimeter. They'll go back in the corner from Sanford to Green. Back out to Michael. Deep 3, long and off the mark, and it's going to bounce off the support. Back up and behind the top of the backboard.
We got to be careful.
76 seconds to play.
We got to be careful, Misty, settling there. They really wasn't pressuring us too much, and I think maybe we forced the 3 a little too soon in that trip.
Senators back to work defensively, working into 1-3-1. Michael hidden in the back of it. Jackson in the middle. Green on the closeout from the wing. Forces
what about
the miss.
that foul?
Peyton able to clear off the defensive board. Rolling up on 50 seconds to play. On the reversal, Peyton left wide open. Closeout was too late. Shot off the mark, no good. Dalton rebound there to clear the defensive board. He'll race it up the floor. Across the timeline, goes behind the back. Nearly lost the handle. Picked up by Green. Saw an opening. He drives, misses the shot. And on the help side, I think it's going to be Hunter who gets pegged for the personal. This will be team foul number 3.
Be 2 on Hunter, isn't it? Yep.
That'll be his second personal. He's got 2, Peyton's got 1, and Dalton Blackwell goes to the free throw line again. Blackwell leads the team, only double-digit scorer on the year thus far at 14.5 per contest. First free throw up and good. Give Blackwell 6 now. And this first quarter makes it 15-14. Jackets looking for their 3rd tie of the night. Bryce Farmer checks in. His first minutes of the night, 6'2" senior at 1.5 per ball game as Blackwell knocks them both down, and we're tied up at 15 apiece. Senators with a chance for the last shot of the quarter. They go to a run and jump 2-3, and really getting after it. So we've saw multiple defenses. Byrne will fire 3 in and out, no good. Took it maybe a little early. 15 seconds to go on the drive. Michael steps in. Oh! Man, thought Michael was there, had good position, maybe got him for dipping back. And now the Senator fans will have their chance to argue with this crew a little bit. Didn't like the call, and Michael will pick up his first. This will be team foul number 4. We'll have a discussion. Basket was good for number 24, Eric Fleener. His first basket of the night off the bench. Jackets have their second lead of the night.
Yeah, there's still 14.1 seconds left in this. We shot too early there, Misty. Just gave up 3 points. Wouldn't have had to give up.
So 2 old-fashioned 3-point plays, 1 for Fleener and 1 for Barrett, helps the cause. 18-15, 7 seconds, 6. Byrne with the high post, back to Michael. 4, 3, 2, contested jumper, goes! It'll go with the buzzer, and Michael, just like he did at the end of the second quarter against the Commodores here on Saturday night, soaks a big shot, contested at the end of the period, but the Senators trail it in a tight one after 1 period of play, 17-18 to the visiting Jackets. We'll come back with second quarter right after this. You're listening to the Senators tonight on Salem's 1220 and on live stream, WW Senator Radio, Twitter, and Facebook.
Make the difference. You can feel it the minute you walk into Meadowview Health and Rehabilitation. Experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. They're here to help you and your family find answers, solutions, and peace of mind. In fact, they become an extension of your family. For more information about Meadowview, visit ascseniorcare.com or call 812-883-4681. That's 812-883-4681.
Smith court here inside the friendly confines at West Washington Junior-Senior High School. Senators trail it after 1, 18-17 to the visiting Jackets, who open up the second period of play with the basketball. Mitchell has it out top, working a little spread look against this 1-3-1 with Bryce out top of it. Deep 3 from the right wing won't go. No good and off the mark by Jenkins. Rebound controlled by Byrne, who gives it off to Michael and says, let's roll. About a half minute gone by here in the period. Senators will answer with a spread attack as well. A little 2-1-2 look with Jackson in the middle. He finds no one to throw it to. In fact, ball nearly lost on the exchange. Mitchell never really did have possession, so not a true turnover. As Green will kick it back out. Farmer right back to Green. Senators a little reckless with this first possession of the period, 45 seconds in. Sizemore nearly loses the handles. He nearly dribbled it off of his foot. He'll dribble drive now right side and kick it off in the corner. Peyton a contested 3. Bullseye, baby. Peyton with his second triple. He's got 8. He's starting to feel it a little bit as he gives the Senators the lead back at 20-18.
What we get there, Misty, is when Michael dribble drives in towards the elbow, that makes Blackwell have to come off Peyton to guard and cover the area that Michael's wanting to take. When that happens, Michael can kick it to Peyton. He's standing there set ready.
Blackwell from nearly the edge of that flying W from the logo in the middle of the floor took a deep three way off the mark, and the Senators will have it with 6:33 to play before the halftime break. Back out in front. We've already had 4 lead changes and 3 ties in this one. True to form, like we talked about in the abbreviated pregame show, this is a series that's been tight over the last 10 years, 5-5, with a couple of really close ones over the last couple of seasons. Nice feed underneath. Peyton gets the dime as he feeds it down low to Noah, who scores at the basket. He's got 4 in the ball game. The Senators own a 22-18 advantage. To
nice
the other
job.
End,
nice job of Bryce stepping over and hedging that screen. Switched off, got over, cut the man off. Good defense, Bryce Farmer.
Jenkins with a little bit too wide of a step, got himself off balance, drug the pivot foot. He's whistled for the unforced turnover, and it's 8 now in the game already for the Jackets in that category. We'll see thumbs down. So when Mitchell goes thumbs up, they're going to raise the level of play, and they're going to come out and pressure out top. I have a 3-second call. We saw several of those in the JV game tonight. Turnover number 3 for West Washington. But, Joe, when you see thumbs up, somebody's got to recognize on that bench, on that staff, that they're going to bring that pressure and extend it out near the timeline in that 1-3-1. And whenever they go thumbs down, they're compressing it.
Yep.
Blackwell goes in the corner to Pritchett. Pritchett's 3 way off the mark. And Dalton Blackwell with that offensive rebound. And we talked about it, Joe. Got to make contact on the closeout and collect the rock, and Blackwell makes them pay with a couple of second chance points.
Yeah, we had the rebound. Peyton had it, lost it, got knocked out of his hands. We give it back. Just too many second chances.
22-20. See pressure again, extended in the trap by the Jackets. Michael splits a gap. 17-foot jumper will go from the right side. Beautiful rise and fire by Sizemore. He's got 6 now in the ball game, and it's 24-20. 3 minutes gone by in the period.
We've got to find Blackwell, Misty, and stay with him. He's the key to the win for them tonight. He's going to score their points.
Tough fadeaway jumper, Kobe style on that far right baseline. Blackwell continues to play well. He's got 11 already, 4 in this period. And we're back to a 2-point game at 24-22.
We've got to recognize this out top.
There it is, corner ball.
Short.
Left it way short that time. And Jackson tried to bounce it off of a jacket, but it goes right into the hands of Xavier Barrett. Barrett to the other end, nearly out of control. Kicks it out to Blackwell. Now to Dalton Blackwell. He's got it poked away from behind. Underneath, Senator fans wanted a travel, and it's going to be Dan Huffnagel on the call. They're going to call it an and-one opportunity. Xavier Barrett had it, stepped through. Thought it should have been a travel. Senator fans unhappy with it. So is the guy to my immediate left. And for Barrett, another chance for an old-fashioned 3-point play as we're tied now for the 4th time at 24 apiece. Free throw is up and long. We stay tied, and the Iceman clears the defensive glass for West Washington. Rolling up on the halfway point of the period. Farmer out there with Green, Sizemore, Walker, and Byrne. Sizemore with it. Dribbles out that right wing now. Brings it back across to the left side to Peyton, who gives it right back. Michael seems a little unsure with the dribble. Peyton now has it left wing. Kicks it back over to Michael. He'll take a 3 contested. That one rolls in.
Oh, that's nice.
Hit the top edge of the backboard, but this time did not hit the support, and it's okay as long as it doesn't hit that support. And it's 27-24. Senators break the tie. Back out in front once again. Michael with the steal. He'll go coast to coast against Blackwell and got it to go. Michael starting to catch fire. He's got 7, and the Senators have their largest lead of the night at 29-24. 3:36 to go. Timeout on the floor by the Jackets. And Doug Thomas very animated with his ball club as he burns his second 30-second timeout. So he's got 3 fulls left to take him down the stretch, but Joe, Michael coming alive now, matching firepower with firepower. Dalton Blackwell with 11. Michael's got 7 in the quarter to bring him to 11 points already on the night.
I think what Michael's recognized and seen what's going on out here when Dalton Blackwell's up top. When he's dribbling around, everybody kind of freezes. starts watching to see where he's going to go, they try to stay cleared out. And when Michael jumps him or somebody jumps up off the wing, nobody's reacting to help him out, and then he throws the ball away.
That's now 9 turnovers in the half for the Jackets. Senators been pretty clean with the basketball. Couple of turnovers in the first quarter, 3 overall in the half. Cam Blackwell brings it into the front court, kicks it out now to Dalton. Blackwell takes it left side, picked up by Zink in, the 5'7" junior, getting his first minutes of the night.
They're going to see a
He'll give
mismatch
Farmer
here.
a break. Of course, Hunter on the bench with the 2 personals. Cam Blackwell can't get the jumper to go, and another offensive rebound off to Dalton Blackwell. He'll take it in. Finger roll over the front edge of the rim. He's got 13. And that's 4 second chance points already for Blackwell alone in the Jackets. 3 minutes to play in the first half. It's 29-26.
When Peyton, come on.
Green has it, dribbles out of trouble against the Blackwell trap with Pritchett out front. Green will take a 3, a rare one. That one's short. Rebound tipped out and fought for. Michael tracks it down. Nice tip out by Byrne. And Zink has it. He kicks it out to Peyton. Thought about 3. Pump fake. Give it back to Michael. He'll split a gap. Pull up. 14-foot jumper rattles home. And Michael answers Blackwell again. In a scoring duel in this first half of play. Michael keeping pace. Dalton Blackwell and Michael now with 13 apiece. 31-26. Blackwell loses the handle. Looked like he totally lost that one on his own. And the foul's going to be on Byrne on a reach-in. This is going to be team foul number 6.
Yeah.
And for Byrne, check that, his second. I'm going to see a timeout here as Blackwell will go to the line. 31-26 is the score. Senators will burn a full timeout. That'll leave them with a 30-second timeout and 2 full timeouts in their pocket. 2:20 to play, first half. Senators up 31-26. We'll step aside and we'll come back with more second quarter action right after this.
Caring people make the difference. You can feel it the minute you walk into Salem Crossing. Experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. They're here to help you and your family find answers and solutions and peace of mind. In fact, they become an extension of your family. For more information about Salem Crossing, visit ASCSSeniorCare.com or call 812-883-1877. That's 812-883-1877.
Timeout by West Washington, leaving them with 2 fulls and a 30 the rest of the way. They lead at 31-26. And to the free throw line, the Jackets go once more. This time Dalton Blackwell, who's already been there for 2 attempts, and he's a perfect 2 of 2 on the night. Got fouled on the finger roll attempt. Byrne picked up his second personal. That prompted Nick Mars to come in, 6'3" and a junior, as Blackwell knocks down the first. Second one on the way is good as well. 31-28, Joe.
We've got to try to tread some water here without Hunter in the game in foul trouble. If we play well enough here in the half, keep the game close.
Michael,
don't let them get away from us.
Michael, he's being hounded by Pritchett. Has to give it up now to Peyton on the wing. 2-minute warning here in this first half of play. 2 juniors, 3 seniors on the floor for the Senators as Michael takes it strong to the hoop against Pritchett. Able to get the basket, so he still keeps pace with Blackwell. Michael, a monster 11-point quarter thus far. Minute 47 and counting. Zink out on Pritchett.
Michael had Blackwell red again.
33-28. Michael's on Blackwell, giving up a little size, but staying with him. Got to stay on his feet, though. Pump fake by Cam Blackwell. He'll split 2 defenders. Wild shot goes off the backboard. Awkward shot. Not sure how he got that one to fall, but he does. He's got 5 in the game, and it's 33-30. Minute 25 and counting in this first half of play. Back to the compressed 1-3-1, Joe. Little thumbs down here for Doug Thomas's squad. Peyton out on the wing, ready for the shot. Didn't get the kick out.
Noah.
Instead, it was Noah who missed the jumper, left it way short. And Blackwell now will carry it on his hip to the basket, and we'll have another foul on the floor. but Blackwell took the luggage with him, packed it on the hip, and it will be a foul on Noah Green. Team foul number 7. And now 1-1 for the final 66 seconds of the half. 33-30, Senators out in front. 4 lead changes, 4 ties already. Substitution here is 23. Matt Jenkins will come back in. The junior will check in, and Xavier Barrett, 6'2", and a senior, will check out, get a break. Blackwell to the line for the bonus, the perfect 4 of 4. Make it now 5 for 5. Got to think here, Joe, if he hits these 2, Michael's got to be good for 2 on the next trip as he continues to keep pace.
We've got to find a way to get our feet over in front of him. He puts his head down and dribble, drives hard to the basket. It seems to me we ought to be able to get over and get in front of him.
Blackwell finally got him to miss one. And now we're
lucky there.
Going to have a rebounding foul. Jenkins had it.
Yeah.
And he's whistled for the over the back.
We got lucky there. We didn't block him off.
6 personal against the Jackets, 7 on the Senators. Green gets it in. Now to Payton, gets it in the front court, right back to Green. He'll drive against 3 guys, split 2 defenders, and get the finger roll to go. Noah's got 6.
That's what Noah's got to do.
35-31.
Noah's
Senators
tough.
locked in a battle. Step back 3 for Blackwell. He went unconscious on that trip and soaked a deep one. Makes it 35-34. Gonna have to pick him up. We said we had to find him in transition. Not doing a good job of it here as we see that compressed 1-3-1 again. 20 seconds to play. Michael holds out on the W. They're going to clear Nick out to the corner now. Now bring him up into the high post. A little 2-1-2 action for West Washington. Michael gets in, splits 2 defenders, missed the shot. Nick, offensive rebound, back up, and he got fouled. Big offensive board for the junior, Nick Mars, with 4.4 on the clock. And now Coach Smith will tell Bryce to get up off the bench. He's going to come in, Joe, and he's going to face guard Blackwell for this final possession. Nick Mars to the free throw line on the year, 6 of 11, 54%. First one is up and rattles in and out. 2-shot attempt for Mars on the putback. Senators up by 1. Farmer in, Zink out.
Noah's got to be aware of a home run pitch here.
Noah back. And the free throw up and good by Mars. 1 of 2 for him. True to his average, 36-34. Farmer with the face guard, and it forces Pritchett to bank one in. Cade Pritchett with the bank shot. His dad, unanimated, just kind of nods his head. No reaction out of his dad up on the top row. His mom, though, sure likes the looks of it. And the Jackets will go into the locker room with a 37-36 advantage. Same size lead that they had at the end of the first period of play off of the monster 3 by Pritchett, his first points of the half. We'll step aside, we'll take a break, we'll start crunching some numbers, and we'll come back to begin our Eddie Gilstrap Motor Senator halftime report. We'll come back with that in just a moment. You're listening to the Senators Tonight on Salem's 1220, also on live stream, WW Senator Radio on Facebook and Twitter. You can find the link for tonight's game there if you're listening at home and want to watch it as well. Senators down 37-36. Back right after this.
Gymnasium for tonight's game. It's time to introduce the starting lineup, and the crowd is on their feet and they're going wild. And here comes the new players. We've got the premium quarter pounders coming in tonight, alongside the chicken classic sandwiches. Playing forward tonight, we have got one-of-a-kind McWrap. Guarding your hunger, it looks like we've got McDouble and McChicken coming in. And starting in the center court tonight will be Big Mac. Look on the sideline, folks. We have Chicken McNuggets cheering tonight alongside those golden delicious fries. Hot and always ready. You'll score points every time you bring the family into Salem McDonald's, right here on Main Street, before or after the game. Don't forget to top off your favorite meal with a cold soft drink, that famous Mickey D sweet tea, or something from their full line of smoothies and McCafe coffee drinks. Order inside from 4 a.m. to 11, or get that one-of-a-kind taste 24 hours at the drive-thru. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
on down to Eddie Gilstrap Motors in Salem and get your new or used Ford, Ram, Chrysler, Dodge, or Jeep. Stop in the new office at 207 South Main Street right here in Salem for the best deals in the Kentuckiana area. See Steve, Travis, or Neil and give them an idea of what you're looking for. Whether it's new or used, the guys at Eddie Gilstrap Motors will work hard to put you in the ride of your life. Check out the new Ford and Ram trucks as well as their new crossovers and SUVs. Or if new is not in your budget, the no-pressure guys at Eddie Gilstrap Motors will help you find a certified pre-owned vehicle. Stop in today at Eddie Gilstrap Motors for the best deals in the Kentuckiana area. Call today at 812-883-3481 or check them out online at EddieGilstrapMotors.com. Don't forget the body shop and come see the all-new Detail Center and speak to Brian Fisher about what he can do for all your detailing needs.
Back to begin our Senator Halftime Show, brought to you by Eddie Gilstrap Motors, just south of the square in Salem. And guess what, Joseph? We just had Chuck-a-Duck here on the Ron Smith court, and you have a two-time champion. I just won myself a little cold hard cash with the Chuck-a-Duck.
Yeah, you hit it again. I thought they picked up the other one. You had two in the bullseye.
Yeah, you know.
I thought your second one to hit the bullseye was closer than the first one. I guess not, because they picked the one farther over.
What they don't know is I have a magnet installed on the back of that sheet, and then I put a magnet inside of the duck, and it just rolls right in. But don't tell that to anybody. I don't want that to get out to the public.
Yeah, sure. Nobody knows now.
Chuck-a-Duck titles. I'm going to have to start clearing off some shelf space, Joe. 2 trophies, and we'll see if we can keep it rolling. But little cash never hurts. To start the new year, a little extra cash in the pocket. But the Senators, though, looking for a win to put in their back pocket. They're looking for win number 4 in conference play, trying to stay undefeated in the conference, but they trail it here 37-36 at the halftime break. Joe, a first half where we saw 4 lead changes and 4 ties. The ties were at 8, 13, 15, and 24 here tonight in this first half. Let's go through the scoring quickly. Individually, first for the Jackets, for Dalton Blackwell, he leads the way with 19 points here at the halftime break for the Jackets. Had a huge second quarter, had 12 of his 19 in the period. 5 for Cam Blackwell, 3 for Cade Pritchett off the buzzer beater to end the half as he banked in the deep 3. Xavier Barrett with 5 points, and A.J. Passmore, the other starter, chips in 2. We saw Matthew Jenkins and Eric Fleener check in for the Jackets in that first half. Jenkins goes scoreless. Fleener chips in 3 during that first half of action. Jackets went 7 of 9 from the charity stripe for 77% and gave the rock up 9 times through the first 16 minutes of action here this evening. Meanwhile, on the other side of the book, Senators put up 36 in that first half. They get a pretty balanced effort. Michael Sizemore, though, trying to keep pace with Blackwell, and he did throughout much of the second quarter. A monster 11-point effort for him in that second quarter of play brings him to his 15-point total here at the half. Noah Green has 6, including 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. Peyton with 8, including 2 of 2 as well from the free throw line. Hunter Sanford has 6. Jackson Burns started but did not tally. Bryce Farmer, Nick Mars, Cam Zink all play off the bench, with Mars the lone man to score on 1 of 2 free throw shooting in that second period of play there toward the end of the half. Senators 5 of 6 for 80 visiting Jackets, and then a 19-19 draw in that second period of play. Again, most of that courtesy of Blackwell and Sizemore for their respective teams as we go to the break, and the Senators trail at 37-36. Joe, we'll let you go ahead and hit some of the numbers, and we'll try to get some of Michael's interview in after you give those stats.
Yeah, for the Senators from 2-point range from the floor, they were 11 of 18 at 61%. From 3-point range, they were 3 of 9 at 33%. Overall, the Senators were 14 of 27, 51% from the floor. For the Mitchell Blue Jackets, they were 9 of 9 from 2-point range at 100%. I had to look at that again. 4 of 11 from 3-point range at 36%. Overall, the Blue Jackets were 13 of 20 from the floor at 65%. Rebounding, we kind of went back to our old ways there in the first half against Mitchell. Of course, we did without Hunter for most of that first half. 3 offensive boards, 4 defensive boards for a total of 7 rebounds. Mitchell had 2 offensive boards, 9 defensive boards for a total of 11. So the rebounding war, Mitchell has control of that right now. The centers, we get Hunter back here, and hopefully that'll change the tempo on the boards.
Senators with a little bit of work ahead of them. This is a team that we said will play fearless, play reckless, and try to play quick, and they like that style, and it's suiting them right now as the Jackets come into the friendly confines and own a 1-point lead after the first half of play. Let's go now to our interview that we had as part of our pregame show that we didn't get to air as I sat down to talk with senior point guard Michael Sizemore. Welcome back as we continue on with more of this edition of our Senator Tip-Off pregame show as we get you ready for tonight's matchup in the PLAC between the host Senators and the Blue Jackets of Mitchell, who come in with a record of 5-6, 2-2 in conference play. And we're joined now in our pregame by a special guest tonight, senior point guard Michael Sizemore. Michael, just to start, just tell fans about, the team's view and perspective of how the season's went so far. You're about halfway through your senior year.
It's going good so far. We're working, we're in progress. We don't feel like we're at our best, which is normal, but we want to be our best by tournament time. But so far, we feel like we're headed in the right direction.
This is a team that maybe some people thought struggled early against Salem, but then you hit your stride, picked up some nice wins, then hit a little snag again in the holiday tourney. So there's been some growing pains along the way, and maybe that's normal for a team to have success and then maybe to hit a snag or two, but you guys have been able to overcome each of those snags and put together a nice little string of wins after each one.
Yeah, you said it. We've had some bad losses, some bad play, but we come back Monday for practice, and we work our butts off because we know that we got to go out and get the next game.
What makes this team so successful, Michael? Obviously, there's 6 seniors, but for you guys to be, basically at 5 guys in double figures, averaging, 10 plus, and you're right at the doorstep with 8.8. What makes this group so special?
We play for each other. We realize it is our last year. We've been playing together for a while now, and we know that we don't have much left. So we play for each other, and we want to win. We do what it takes.
And knowing that this is a senior-laden group, of course, you guys have laid the foundation for the future. And when you look at the future, of course, it's not a big rotation. But talk to us about the role of some of these guys like Nick Mars and Cam Zink and what they've meant to you guys coming off the bench.
They do a good job. They do what we ask. We ask them to play defense and just 100% effort, and they do a good job of that. They give us a break, and they can come in and even be a spark for us sometimes with their energy.
And that was part of my conversation tonight prior to the tip with senior point guard Michael Sizemore. As the third quarter gets underway, and they go right back to the well with Hunter trying to get him involved after setting most of that first half with those 2 quick personals. And Hunter left one short with a little baby hook to the other end. Cam Blackwell misses the 3. Rebound tracked down, though, by Cade Pritchett. Turns, goes in, out of control, runs into a brick wall called Michael Sizemore. And Sizemore able to rebound off of the shot that was wildly thrown up. Didn't draw backboard. Michaels yanked it out of the air. Byrne back to the other end. Swings it now out top to Sizemore. Back to Hunter on the wing. In the corner it goes to Peyton, who looks at Byrne for a moment. Didn't have an angle to feed him in the post. Hunter finds him, though. Baby Hook will go for the Iceman, and Jackson Byrne, with his first field goal of the night, gives the Senators the lead back.
No doubt, Misty, the conversation in the locker room was let's go back underneath, let's work the box, let's get it in the hole underneath.
Senators go to a little box and one here, Joe. They're going to follow Blackwell with Noah Green, and Green on the closeout too late. And the box and one,
though. Can't follow that guy. You gotta beat him to the spot.
Can't trail a screen against him for sure. It's like trailing against Reggie Miller. As the Jackets are back out in front, another lead change at 40-38. Little handoff out top. Peyton to Michael. Michael dribbles in, nowhere to go. Goes back to Hunter, and Hunter a rough start to the half. A missed shot, a layup essentially on the first possession. A turnover here, just the 4th of the night for West Washington. But now 7 lead changes already in this ball game. As the Senators stay in a nip and tuck affair at 40-38.
Kind of breaking down at the fundamentals of the game, Misty. Sloppy passes, not looking where we're passing it.
1-3-1. Senators make
Can't
one
get
go
a
of it
rebound.
with a box and one. Senators make one go of it, and then on the kick out, Xavier Barrett had the offensive board, tried to find Blackwell and toss it into the Mitchell Blue Jacket bench. And that'll be turnover number 10 of the night for the Jackets. 5:57 and counting. Third quarter of play. Misty Jones alongside of Joe Walker. Craig Akers running live stream and the stat program here tonight. 40-38, 3 for Peyton. It was a rainbow, baby, and it dropped through. Peyton with his third triple of the night. He's into double figures with 11, and the Senators now will extend pressure in a trap out front and force a travel. Doug Thomas all over the ears of Dan Huffnagel. And the Mitchell fans disagree as well. Turnover number 11, 11 on the night now for the Jackets. Senators will be picked up in the half court man-to-man here. So we saw a man, we saw a compressed and an extended 1-3-1 trap, Joe, and a little 3-2 action as well by this Mitchell team, showing their versatility at the defensive end. Hunter, nice feed down low. Green wasn't ready for it. Kicks out to Byrne. His shot off the mark from three-ball land. Ball poked around, though. We'll give the steal to Michael on turnover number 12. And Peyton with another three. Tried it from the opposite corner. Green comes out with the offensive rebound. He goes up. He gets hammered. But the Senators doing work on the offensive glass. Michael had to poke away and steal and all of that mess. And the Senators with that 41-40 lead to the line to try to extend this 1-point edge. 5:01 to play third quarter. Green back to the free throw line. Again, a 73% shooter on the year. 3 of 3 now on the night. As he hits that one, he has 7 in the ball game.
You see, we got to be sure here that we don't start falling in love with that three-point shot at this point in the game. You know, work that inside and then come out. You know, let's don't go right from outside right down the floor.
43-40. 3 minutes gone by in the third. Senators up by 3. Blackwell fadeaway 16-foot jumper rims in and out. No good. Rebound cleared out by Michael. He'll bring it up himself as we near the halfway point of the period. Nice dime underneath as he fed a wide open Jackson Byrne, and the Iceman finishes it off the glass. Knows what to do when he's wide open and that deep. He's got 4 all in this period, and we've got a kick ball. And we'll have a reset over on this far side of the floor.
Misty, right now is the time, as I think we've grown through the year a little bit as we're getting here in the middle of the year, that now's the time to put the nails in it. We're up 5. Let's don't mess around. They're on their heels.
Pritchett breaks a gap, gives it off to Blackwell. Blackwell in the corner to Jenkins. His 3 off the mark, no good. Blackwell there to fight for the rebound with Peyton. Peyton clears it out, gives it off to Michael, and he'll bring it up the left side in front of the scorer's bench. Back to a 2-3 zone look this time. Mitchell frequently switching things up. Michael, no look pass to Peyton. Wanted to give it back. Shoots it cross court to Byrne underneath. No,
that's the kind of offense you play right there, Misty. You turn down some of those good three-point looks. You work it around the horn. You get it underneath the Noah for an easy 2.
The Iceman with the assist. Green finishes off at the rim. Noah's got 10. He's into double figures. 4:03 to play third quarter, and it'll be a full timeout for Doug Thomas and the Jackets. You're listening to the Senators tonight on Salem.
We hear it more and more when people talk about sports. We need to change the culture. No more integrity taking a backseat to performance. No more players, coaches, and fans run amok. No more too big to fail. It sounds good. It sounds reasonable. Come to think of it, it sounds like high school sports. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we know that sports are just part of a student-athlete's overall education and that there's more to the game than winning. We also know that high school sports are incredibly exciting. They're rich with tradition and bring communities together like nothing else. In a word, they're pure. More and more, that's what people want. High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport. This message brought to you by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, the IHSAA, and the high schools in this community.
Back out of the timeout by the Jackets. They trail at 47-40. It's the biggest lead of the night for the Senators, as they enjoy a nice run here in the third. Pritchett nearly had it poked away, kicks it out to Cam Blackwell. 3:47 and counting in the third. Senators with the double team. Peyton took a shot in the chops as he drew on the contact on the pump fake. Blackwell was there, and underneath they feed Blackwell, and he'll be stripped and fouled on his way up to the hoop. Foul's going to go on Michael, and that'll be his second personal, Joe.
It's the same thing we see too many times on the rebounds. We go up with one hand. We're not going two-handed and coming down strong with balls, and we're losing control of them as we come down. Sometimes we're in good position, but we just don't control the ball with one hand.
Blackwell to the free throw line. Breaks a little drought here for the Jackets. And Blackwell soaks them both, giving 5 in the period. He's got 24 in the ball game, well above his average. In fact, 10 above. 47-42. 5-point game. Senators out in front. They try to feed down low. Peyton's pass tipped away. Hunter, though, able to gather it in. No foul, but he gets the basket. That's what matters the most. Give him 8 in the game. Blackwell to the other end, takes contact, can't get the free throw, or the layup to go, rather. Ball was tipped out, last touch by Peyton. Good effort by him and Hunter to try to track it down. And we'll see number 24, Eric Fleener, check into the ball game. Cam Blackwell check out and get a breather. Coach Clayton Sullivan and the JV squad.
Same thing I'm talking about. We're one-handed and everything. One hand.
All over him. And with the steal, turnover number 13, Hunter to the other end. Couldn't get the basket. And he'll go to the stripe for 2 out top of that 1-3-1, prowling the perimeter. He's able to get his hands on another one, Joe, with that deflection. And again, turnover number 13 leads to a breakaway basket opportunity. And Hunter now with a chance, couldn't get the basket to go. But 2 free throws upcoming for the senior big man, who on the year is 74%.
Misty, we've got to find a way, just like right there, we've got to find a way to take the ball to Dalton Blackwell. That's the second foul he's picked up. We're late here in the third quarter. But if we could get him in a little bit of foul trouble, get him sitting over here in the blue seats.
8-3 for the Jackets. The feed into the front court, Joe, nobody back, and Fleener drilled a 3 from the corner. He's got 6 in the ball game, and it's now 51-45. Hunter hit those 2 free throws, and everyone fell asleep.
Yep.
Hunter with 10 on the night, inching closer toward his average on the year. Little double stack, a little double out on the block, and a backdoor feed and lob. Nice set play as they try to get Hunter going. He pulls the rim down, and it got stuck for a moment. He jumps up, says, we'll fix it. Couldn't get the backdoor feed, but a beautiful set play against the Jackets for just a moment. Had him open, and the pass a little too hot.
Here's something else, food for thought. I just kind of hit me in the back of my brain. We never line anybody up at the free throw lane. Tonight, there we did, and we weren't back.
Another deflection for Hunter, and then he's fouled by Cam Blackwell. Cam and Dalton Blackwell having trouble out top against that 1-3-1 pressure applied by the long reach and arms of Hunter Sanford. Turnover number 5 of the half, 14th of the game now for the Jackets, who struggle against the top of that 1-3-1 look. Senators will inbound here in front of us as Michael gets it back from Noah, and they'll reset 2:21 and counting in the quarter. They go in the corner to Hunter, back to Michael. Michael now will survey the damage and bring it back between the circles.
Kind of mixed up there offensively there. I didn't see what we were doing.
Maybe a little miscommunication. They'll go to Jackson now, left side. His pass tipped away. Right back into his hands, though. He gives it up to Noah. Noah back to the corner. Byrne for 3. Wide open. Drilled it, baby. Byrne with the 3-pointer. 7 points for him all in this period. And Jackson starting to come to life. 54-45, largest lead of the night for West Washington. And underneath, Senator fans disagree with the call, as this will be a whistle and a foul against Peyton on the block attempt. That'll be his second personal. And it'll be team foul number 2.
He comes down over top on that. He's got position. He's behind him. He's a lot taller. If he comes up over top and swipes up, he don't get that foul called.
Second personal on Peyton again. Team foul number 2. Jackets have committed 3. And that sends the Jackets back to the stripe. Matthew Jenkins at the line. His first point of the night falls on the first made attempt. Second one on the way is good as well. So give Jenkins 2 off the bench, and it's 54-46. Minute 42 and counting, third period of play. Senators trying to hang on here. Tough battle with the Jackets. Back to a trap in the half court for
That's
Mitchell.
what we want. Yeah.
Noah able to get the basket to go.
Oh, I was going with Noah. I was driving right in with him, Misty.
I can hear Joe singing, I believe I can fly.
We had Hunter.
Oh, Lordy.
We had Hunter on a breakout. Peyton kind of mishandled the ball.
Senators come up with the steal. Turnover number 6 of the half, 15th of the game now for the Jackets. Senators trying to capitalize off the turnover. Byrne filling it. Boom, baby! Knock the lights out of it again as Byrne hits another triple, Joe. 10 points for the Iceman, all in this period.
We got to keep it on
with their
here,
largest
Misty.
lead
We
at
got to keep it on.
59-46. Cross-court pass to Blackwell. Cam nowhere to go with it. Feeds high post to Barrett. Now to a cutting Dalton Blackwell. Little flip shot will go on the reverse. He's got 7 in the period. 26 now in the game, and it's 59-49.
Now they switched Blackwell over off of Peyton in that zone. He's playing the other side of the floor with Jackson because Jackson's hit the 2 back-to-back.
Iceman starting to feel it. Senators grouping everyone back together. They all reach near double figures or in double figures. In fact, 4 of the 5 starting seniors.
Peyton's begging.
With double figures.
He's over here talking to Coach. Look.
Peyton.
Begging for this shot.
I think he's just trying to get direction here of what they want in this set.
No,
11 seconds, 10. He gets it back, right back to Michael. He'll pull the trigger deep. 3, got it! Senators with ice water in the veins from downtown. Michael with the 3, and his time expires at the quarter. The shot won't go for Xavier Barrett, but all the Senators out at midcourt to meet these 5 as they come off the floor. What an effort by the Senators in this third period as they come to life from beyond the arc. They've been quiet over the last couple of games from three-point range, but they take a 62-49 advantage into the fourth. We'll come back with that fourth quarter right after this. You're listening to the Senators tonight on Salem's 1220. Welcome back as we continue on with more of this edition of our Senator Tip-Off.
Make the difference. You can feel it the minute you walk into Meadowview Health and Rehabilitation. Experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. They're here to help you and your family find answers, solutions, and peace of mind. In fact, they become an extension of your family. For more information about Meadowview, visit ascseniorcare.com or call 812-883-4681. That's 812-883-4681.
Take the Jackets to the woodshed in the third quarter. They outscore them 26-12 in that third period. They open up the fourth with a 62-49 lead and a chance to build on it here if they can get a stop. They force a bad shot by Passmore, who's partially blocked by Jackson, who went straight up with it. And the Senators in business. Hunter with it near the top of the key. Backs it back out with the dribble. No need to take something silly here early. Still plenty of time for the Jackets. They are a team that will scrap and battle with just a 13-point lead. Senators don't want to take any ill-advised shots.
We want good
Hunter
looks here.
In the high post, kicks out. Byrne, he'll take the 3 on the kick out. Are you kidding me? He drills another one. Big 3 for Byrne. He's got 13 all in this half. 65-49. Still for the Senators to the other end. Hunter, spin move, off the glass, got it to go. Senators are unconscious right now offensively. And it is the KO that we were looking for, Joe. The knockout punch the Senators have been longing for this season. This is the first real fire we saw out of them, especially since the Christmas break. It's all of a sudden a 67-49 game with 7:01 to play. Forces Mitchell into a
from Jamestown to Jonesville, from North Salem to South Milford, from River Forest to Grass Creek. No matter where you live in Indiana, you can enjoy high school sports coverage at its very best on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana. great all season long. Thank you, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, and welcome home.
5 of the period, and bloody the nose of the Jackets once again as they try to go backdoor to Blackwell. They're going to get Green on the little hold with the nickel dimer here. Third personal whistled against the Senators, and the Jackets will have it underneath their own basket with a box set.
Sometimes when you switch on defense, you kind of turn your head, and I think Noah just kind of lost him in the switch.
Blackwell will come on the 3, and it may have been partially touched by Green. Hunter will clear it out and leave it off for Michael as he steps now into the front court. Minute and a half gone by. Senators just ice water flowing through the veins right now, especially from downtown as they are torching the Jackets in this second half. Michael will try a 3 ball, and he got it to go. Another one. This one for Sizemore. He's got 3 triples on the night, 21 points, nearing his career high of 26, and Peyton comes up with the steal. 7 turnovers and a half, 16 in the game. Michael to the other end, leaves it off out top. Peyton to Jackson. Again, couldn't get it to go. Offensive rebound, though, by Hunter. Back up, couldn't get it to go, but he'll be fouled on the putback attempt. 6:03 to play in regulation. 70-49, and the Senators blowing the doors off of this one here tonight in the friendly confines in this second half.
Really putting a good game together. And what I'm liking seeing here, Misty, we're not getting back and getting passive. We're still taking it to them.
Hunter's first free throw rattles home. 74% free throw shooter, 31 of 58 entering tonight's contest for the big man. Hunter had 10 going into the fourth. Give him 13, check that 14 as he knocks them both down, stays perfect, 4 of 4 from the stripe. 72-49, largest lead of the night at 23. Blackwell nowhere to go, gives it off underneath to Barrett. Barrett's little bank shot will go. Cools the fire for just a moment, Joe, but a 10-0 run to start the period for the Senators, just what the doctor ordered.
Going to extend that man-to-man now.
72-51. This one out of control quickly here in the second half for the Jackets, who had the Senators right where they wanted them, and we're going to have a reach-around foul. Blackwell had just picked up his 3rd on the last trip down, and that'll be 4 now on the senior big man. Team foul number 5. So Blackwell one more, and he will have his night ended for him.
I said earlier, if we take it to him, get him in there, Noah posted him up. There's a foul there.
Jackson.
That's terrible. That is terrible.
He's going to step on. Hey, calm down, Bubba. We're
I
up
know,
21.
But, I know, but you got to call it the same way the whole game.
Easy killer. 72-51, 5:26 to play. Senators just their 5th turnover of the night. Done a great job of taking care of the rock. Senators, though, going to stick with the 1-3-1. They like it. Keep the pressure on the Jackets,
nice
not let them get
See,
anything.
Hunter
with another force of a turnover, but then he can't handle it in transition. This will be turnover number 3 of the half, 6th of the game. Senators are going to burn a timeout to talk about their defensive and offensive game. Defense where they wanted offense starting to cool off a little bit. Couple of turnovers here in this 4th period. 5:15 to play, full timeout for West Washington. They lead.
He worked out early, practiced late, and studied well into the night. The next day, he did it all over again.
She missed time hanging out and socializing with friends so she could make it on time to practices and games.
He became a top student and a confident leader, even as he helped his team win back-to-back conference titles.
She became a role model in her community, even as she led her team to an undefeated season.
And when they finished playing high school sports, what did they do next?
She graduated from college with honors and went to work for a successful company.
He attended graduate school and became a difference maker in his community.
Because that's what student athletes in Indiana do. They use the skills they develop playing high school sports today
to do even bigger things in life tomorrow.
High school sports.
A winning part of a complete education.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
John Jones GM City, 1450 South Highway 60, Salem, Indiana. Call 1-800-I-SELL-GM or visit us online anytime at johnjonesautigroup.com.
John Jones GM City. You see so many because they paid so little.
Out of the timeout by the Senators, they get another unforced turnover as Blackwell couldn't handle it in front of his own team bench. 9th turnover of the half, 18th of the game against the Jackets, and Hunter with a drive to the hoop. Strong take on that right baseline. He'll force a Mitchell foul. Couldn't get the hoop and the harm, but he'll go back to the free throw line. This one will go on 32, A.J. Passmore, and that is his 4th. Team foul number 6 for the Jackets, so Senators in the bonus the rest of the way, and Hunter back to the free throw line where he stays perfect at now 5 for 5 on the night.
Dalton Blackwell's hands were kind of tied there. He was on the backside block, couldn't step over and help against Hunter to even try to double team him over there due to the 4 fouls.
Hunter with 15, looking for point number 16 as he surpasses his average on the year. And the Senators, again, getting it done with good balance scoring tonight. 74-51, deep 3 for Blackwell. To force a little, it won't go. Hunter clears off a defensive and says, hey, Mike, chill out, man, as he took a little shot in the back. Him and Michael both fighting for that rebound. Byrne, high post, out to Hunter, trying to get it to Payton in the post, working against Blackwell, takes a bump. Hunter with the nice assist, and Payton with the turnaround jumper as he gets it to fall. Payton now with 13 on the night, and a basket at the other end by Barrett gives him 9 in the contest. 76-53. Senators in the bonus. This one's going to go on Pritchett, and that is his 1st foul of the night, but the 7th, which will put the Senators in the bonus the rest of the way home. 4:14 to go. Big crowd on hand here tonight in the friendly confines to watch this PLAC battle. Michael gets it to rattle home. This is his 1st free throw attempts of the night, Joseph, on the year, a 71% free throw shooter.
Really picked it up from the line as the seasons went on.
2nd free throw, rattles around and falls off the back edge.
A lot of love on that 10 there.
Michael with 23 on the night, 3 away from his career high, 77-53. And a shot no good for the Jackets. Results in another defensive board for the big man, Hunter Sanford. Halfway through this 4th quarter of play, Senators leading it by 25, their largest lead of the night, 78-53, looking for more. Payton down low on the feed again from Hunter. Hunter liked what he was able to get from his classmate and his teammate. Payton on that little flex cut flashes across the paint, and this will be A.J. Passmore's 5th personal, so he'll set the rest of this one.
I like Payton coming across that right side, coming to the left. That left hand he's got's pretty hidden. Nobody knows he's that strong with it.
Payton, 65% on the year, 26 of 40 overall. He's 2 of 2 here tonight, and he splashes that one home. Payton, another solid night for him in the scoring department. He now has 6 in this half, 14 in the game. Payton looking for point number 15. 3:50 to play. Free throw on its way is good. Payton a perfect 4 of 4. Senators torching it tonight from the charity stripe, Joe, as they put up 80 with still 3:45 and counting. Shot blocked. And to the other end, Michael will push in transition off the Payton. He'll stop, pop, little 8-foot jumper off the backboard. Tim Duncan style will go. That'll get a little smile from Payton as he heads back down the floor. 17 in the game for Payton. Byrne with the steal. 10 turnovers in the half. 19 now in the game for the Jackets as the wheels continue to fly off. And the Jackets, let's see how much longer they leave some of these guys in. Byrne has it out top. Now to Michael, going right back to Payton in the post. Works against Blackwell. Had it rejected by Barrett. Blackwell will lead the break. 2-on-2. He'll take it himself with the foul on Byrne. He can't get the shot, but he'll go to the free throw line. And we'll have a substitution with 3:04 to play. And it'll be after this first free throw attempt by Blackwell. And Jackson will pick up his 3rd personal. We'll see a couple of subs here. Braxton Barrett, 6'3" and a junior. He will check in. And we're going to see Barrett for Barrett. Braxton Barrett in, Xavier Barrett out. First free throw was up and good by Blackwell. Second one, not so good. Rattles in and out. Michael clears out the rebound. Pritchett there to pick up Michael. Jackets have went to the man-to-man. Peyton has it on the wing. 82-54. Senators trying to be patient on this possession. No need to rush anything. Underneath, though, they go to Green, and he got the contact that they wanted against Blackwell. No call. Missed the shot underneath. Peyton pump fake, and he's going to be whistled for a travel. He tried to pump and get Blackwell to bite on it. Blackwell's going to check out. He may be done for the night as they're going to send in number 20, Peyton Moore, a 5'11 sophomore. His night may be finished. 2:37 to play. It'll be Jackets basketball off of just the 7th turnover of the night for the Senators. Poke away in the post. Jackson with the steal. 20 turnovers on the night now for the Jackets, Joe. It's been a while since we've forced that many.
Yeah. Coach Smith's wanting to keep her rolling here, too. He don't want to back off.
Senators still got their main threats in at starting 5. And we'll have a foul on the floor, but it'll be bonus opportunity. Foul's going to go on Pritchett. And for Pritchett, he picks up his second. That's team foul number 9, and we'll see more subs start to filter in for the Jackets, who wave the white flag, if you will. Tyson James, 5'11", and a sophomore, checking in, as well as Leighton Allen, 5'9", and a sophomore.
Also 44, Leighton Allen.
So pretty much a cleared out bench. Doug Thomas and company going to call off the dogs, if you will. 82-54. Michael, first free throw is up and good. Chance to make this a 30-point ball game, and you got to think, do the math, Joe. This is a Mitchell team that beat Orleans by 22, I believe. We're up 30. I'd make that 29. Michael goes 1 of 2 on that trip. You got to like our odds heading down the stretch here.
I think we're going to try to leak Hunter out here long.
Nice little jumper by Peyton Moore off the bench. Make it now 83-56. 2-minute warning. We're going to see Farmer and Mars and Cam Zink check back in. Here in just a moment, a little backdoor for Hunter. Couldn't handle a hot pass from Sizemore. And that's going to be all she wrote for Michael, for Jackson, and for Peyton. And Hunter thought he was going out too, and he's going to stay in with Noah with 1:53 to play.
I seen the conversation down here. Coach Smith told him one more offensive trip. So Hunter thought when the subs came over, that was him.
Great effort here tonight, though, by so many guys. Underneath, little hook shot won't go for the Jackets. Rebound cleared out by Nick Mars. Peyton and Jackson and Michael's nights are finished. Dakota Smith going to check in here. 6 foot and a sophomore, along with 5'6", Caden Abels, who will check in as they'll get Hunter and Green out on the next dead ball. 1:15 and counting. Senators being patient. Again, 83-56. Sitting pretty right now. As time winds down here to the final minute, Senators will go to 11-3, 4-0 in the conference. Turnover for the Senators, their 6th to the other end. Phillips with the near turnover, and they will turn it over as Hunter gets it, and on the breakaway, couldn't get it to Green fast enough, as we'll have a Mitchell foul, their 10th. Turnover number 12 of the half, 21st of the game for the Jackets. 2-shot foul, double bonus, and Hunter will get the free throws before him and Noah will come out to a rousing ovation here, I'm sure, from the Senator faithful, who's still intact for the most part. Not many heading for the doors unless you're a Blue Jacket ready to head up Highway 60. Green checks out. Dakota Smith in. Hunter hit the first. He'll get one more. Hunter goes perfect on the night, Joseph. 8 for 8. He's going to check out. Abel's in. And what a night for this Senator group of seniors.
Really nice night, and a real nice night at the free throw line. As I'm sitting here looking at your book, I'm only seeing one miss.
Hunter checks out on the night with 18. Nice offensive rebound underneath by Leighton Allen. And then he had it poked away, and Farmer, last one to touch it, so we'll keep it right here. But yeah, you're right, Joe. Torching the nets tonight, as I said, from the free throw line. Solid night for West Washington. They went 14 for 14 in the game with Perry last weekend. 35 seconds to play. Shot off the mark, no good for Peyton Moore. And the Senators have it stolen away. And Jarrett Phillips checks in, and he gets his first varsity points of the night off the bench, make it 85-58. Senators now with 10 turnovers on the night. Most of those here coming late. Farmer on the floor with Zink, Mars, Abels, and Smith as we round it out. And we'll have a foul against the Jackets. This will be team foul number 11. And that is going to send Bryce Farmer, check that, Caden Abels to the line. Abels, 5'6", and a sophomore, averages 0.8 of a point. Only seen him in a couple of appearances and blowouts this season. And Abels to the free throw line. Gets another varsity point to his credit. Another make from the charity stripe, Joe.
Looked good there. Free throw is nice to the Senators tonight.
80 points, 86 and 87 go on the board, a season high for West Washington offensively, and a little backdoor. Phillips has it underneath and finishes with another basket as time's going to expire. But this game just what the doctor ordered, Joe. A 27-point win as the Senators roll 87-60, but what an outstanding start to that second half for West Washington. Little fire lit under them as they went in down one.
Yeah, came out, set the tone early in that third quarter, started hitting shots. You know, that builds the confidence. When the confidence factor comes in, and it plays a big part of it, makes you step up your defensive game, makes you play stronger, just makes you a lot better athlete and a lot better performer. We really look good tonight. I think we're really starting to hit our stride. I don't want us to top out too soon, but I'm going to tell you, Misty, that looks like the Senators of last year.
They do indeed, as they hit the stride tonight, and they hit the accelerator in the second half as they again outscored the Jackets 26-12 alone in that third quarter, and that really brought the fans to their feet and about brought the roof off of this place with a monster third quarter effort to take that 62-49 lead into the fourth and final quarter. And the Senators again carrying the load at the free throw line once more, especially late, getting the job done. More importantly, though, going now to 4-0 in the conference with games at Crawford and a matchup with Tom Bradley's Bulldogs later on to close out the conference portion of their schedule. Joe and I will step aside. We'll take a break. We'll come back and begin our Ace Hardware of Salem post-game show here from the confines in the Ron Smith Court. Senators dominant in the second half tonight, and they pull away for the 87-60 win. We'll come back with our post-game right after this.
Gymnasium for tonight's game. It's time to introduce the starting lineup, and the crowd is on their feet and they're going wild. And here comes the new players. We've got the premium quarter pounders coming in tonight alongside the chicken classic sandwiches. Playing forward tonight, we have got one-of-a-kind McWrap. Guarding your hunger, it looks like we've got McDouble and McChicken coming in. And starting in the center court tonight will be Big Mac. Look on the sideline, folks. We have Chicken McNuggets cheering tonight alongside those golden delicious fries. Hot and always ready. You'll score points every time you bring the family into Salem McDonald's, right here on Main Street, before or after the game. Don't forget to top off your favorite meal with a cold soft drink, that famous Mickey D sweet tea, or something from their full line of smoothies and McCafe coffee drinks. Order inside from 4 a.m. to 11, or get that one-of-a-kind taste 24 hours at the drive-thru. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Head on down to Eddie Gilstrap Motors in Salem and get your new or used Ford, Ram, Chrysler, Dodge, or Jeep. Stop in the new office at 207 South Main Street right here in Salem for the best deals in the Kentuckiana area. See Steve, Travis, or Neil and give them an idea of what you're looking for. Whether it's new or used, the guys at Eddie Gilstrap Motors will work hard to put you in the ride of your life. Check out the new Ford and Ram trucks as well as their new crossovers and SUVs. Or if new is not in your budget, the no-pressure guys at Eddie Gilstrap Motors will help you find a certified pre-owned vehicle. Stop in today at Eddie Gilstrap Motors for the best deals in the Kentuckiana area. Call today at 812-883-3481 or check them out online at EddieGilstrapMotors.com. Don't forget the body shop and come see the all-new Detail Center and speak to Brian Fisher about what he can do for all your detailing needs.
What a night to be a Senator. Senators roll here tonight, 87-60 the final as they knock off the Mitchell Blue Jackets, drop them now to 5-7 on the year, 2-3 in the conference. Meanwhile, the Senators bump their record now to 11-3 on the year, 4-0 in conference play with, again, 2 big games left with Crawford and Orleans. But Joe, how about this tonight? You want to talk a little bit of offense? Let's do it. Let's talk about that third and fourth quarter. Senators 51 points in the second half. I'd say that's pretty explosive.
Real explosive. That's what I said. They came out in the third quarter there, really set the tone, shot the ball so good. When you're shooting like that, it's hard to beat anybody.
Can't complain too much about 51 points in a half. And then when you look at the free throws, Joe, my goodness, anytime you go 22 of 24, you're going to take that in a conference game, especially when the goal is to hit more in a game than what your opponent attempts. And tonight the Jackets only attempt 15. We hit 22. That's some pretty good math, some good numbers for the Senators overall, who again now kind of set up that big matchup. Of course, they've got some other work ahead. They got a big double dip weekend, and we'll talk about that as the post game rolls on at home next weekend on Friday night to welcome in the North Harrison Cougars, a Mid-Southern Conference foe. It'll be homecoming, huge crowd on hand, homecoming festivities. The place, I'm sure, will be electric. And then we'll make the trip over to New Washington, a team that we've picked up on the schedule, a team with some guys that can scrap, get the job done on the boards, a good test for them on the road. But again, you can't help now but look ahead to that matchup in Marengo at the Ron Ferguson Gymnasium whenever the Wolfpack meet up with the Senators, and the marbles will be out on the table.
Yeah, I tell you, Misty, when you go over to Crawford County, everything changes a little bit. The gym's pretty huge. The crowd really gets electric over there. They get loud. They get into the game, and they stay in the game all the time. Even when times get down for them a little bit, if another team, when we've been over there before, if you have a little bit of a run against them, their crowd don't seem to get out of it. They don't get quiet. They stay with their team the whole game.
Let's run down some scoring here. Senators still up in the locker room. Fans hanging around. Band even gets a few extra sessions in, a couple of jam sessions afterward to celebrate as they tune up for their big pep band invitational, the big invitational of pep bands in the area at Orleans tomorrow. The Senator band will go around noon tomorrow as they try to repeat a great performance that they had down at Silver Creek a week or two ago, as they were able to take first in most of their divisional competitions in their certain areas of judging that they were in. So a good night all around. And again, in the words of the Bengals play-by-play guys and Bengals radio, it's a good day not to be a Bengal, but to be a Senator.
Yeah, like rounding third and heading home.
There you go.
Brenneman, you can't beat that. And the old Nuxall, the old lefty.
Joe's just.
I was thinking about something else.
You got to save a little bit for when we wrap it up. Senators, though, tonight, the victor over Mitchell, who put 60 points on the board, 27 for Dalton Blackwell on the night. He come in averaging around 14.5 per game. He goes for 27 points, including 8 of 10 from the charity stripe. Overall, 19 of those 27 no come in the first half of play. Cam Blackwell with 5 points. Cade Pritchett with 3. The lone three-pointer at the end of that first half of play. Xavier Barrett chips in 9, which is right around his average or right on it for the season. A.J. Passmore fouled out of the game with just 2 points on the night. Braxton Barrett, Matthew Jenkins, Eric Fleener, Jarrett Phillips, Leighton Allen, Tyson James, and Peyton Moore all play, most of those guys in garbage cleanup minutes as they wave the white flag there in the fourth quarter. Jenkins chips in 2 off of the bench. Barrett goes scoreless. Fleener with 6, Phillips with 4 all late there in that fourth quarter of play, and Peyton Moore with 2 points. James and Allen go scoreless as well for the Jackets. 60 points on the board. They go 12 of 15 for 80%. Not bad from the free throw line, just didn't get there enough. They were 7 of 9 in that first half of play. The big storyline for them, Joe, the 21 turnovers, and the Senators made them pay on several of those turnovers on leakouts. Meanwhile, flip to the other side of the book, you look at the Senators, what a night for them. 51 points in that second half of play, 26 in the third, 25 in the fourth period. But again, it's the balance that makes this team so deadly. The 5 starters, Joe, all in double figures and all averaging in or just under double figures on the season. Michael Sizemore, what a night. Just 2 points shy of his career high as a Senator as he chips in 24 on the evening. Noah Green, 12 points, right on his number. Peyton Walker, nice night for him, putting on a show for his brother who is in town as Peyton finishes the night with 17 points. He goes 4 of 4 from the charity stripe, by the way. Noah Green and Michael also with 4 attempts. Noah was perfect. Michael, 3 of 4. Jackson Byrne, 13 points on the night, did not attempt a single free throw, and all of those points coming in the second half, including 10 of those 13 there in the third quarter whenever he was hot. And then Hunter Sanford, 18 points as well. Big night for Hunter. 12 of his 18 come in the second half, and Hunter a perfect 8 for 8 from the charity stripe on the night. From there, Bryce Farmer, Nick Mars, Camden Zink, Caden Abels, and Dakota Smith all see minutes on the floor. Again, some of those in garbage time at the end. Abels chips in 2 on 2 of 2 free throw shooting. Nick Mars with 1 of 2 free throw shooting for his lone point on the night. Senators were 22 of 24 from the charity stripe on the night for 91% after going just 5 of 6 in the first half for 83%. They gave it away 10 times on the night, 3 of those in the first half, and a lot of those coming late in the ball game when subs were in. Scoring by quarter went like this. Jackets over the Senators 18-7 after the first quarter of play, and the two teams duke it out to a 19-all draw in that second period of action. But then in that third and fourth quarter, Senators light the fuse on the offensive end, sparked by that defensive effort. Hunter Sanford out top of that trap, wreaking havoc on the Blackwell kids as the Senators go for 26 in the third, 25 in the fourth, and explode for that 51-point effort to seal the deal here tonight. Move to 4-0 in the conference, 11-3 overall with the 87-60 win. And we're joined now by Senator head coach Sean Smith. Whew, heavy lifting on the offensive end in that second half.
Absolutely, absolutely. Kids played well. There's that blowout. There's that blowout. I was saying we couldn't blow people out, and tonight we stepped up and shot the ball extremely well. It all really started, like you said, I think it starts with Michael being aggressive in the first half, and Hunter was great. He just got a couple fouls and had to sit there for a while, and we survived and got through that. But the second half, him being really assertive at the top of that 1-3-1 and in the paint, and just being able to go inside out, and we did a great job of executing that second half. And on the defensive end, I thought we did a good job of executing, the adjustments that we made at halftime with Blackwell, because he was killing us the first half. He was hitting everything. And nice player, real nice player, and tough matchup for us. But we were able to really double him and force him into some quick shots and force him to give the ball up some, and it worked into our favor.
He even threw out a little box someone to come out in that second half of play. But again, when you've got your defense working for you and you've got a guy like Hunter, a 1-3-1 great defense. It's one that is a favorite of mine, and you can play it with a number of athletes. But I tell you what, you got a guy with Hunter's length and a guy that's 6'5" out top of that. It just wreaks havoc because it does so many things, including shrinking your passing lanes with those long, stretched out arms. He was really able to shrink some passing lanes and get so many deflections. Coach Patino would be pretty proud of him tonight.
Yeah, he did a real nice job of playing the passes, reading the offensive player's eyes, and getting those long arms out there and getting deflections and steals, and he did a great job. And then on the flip side, he did a great job of when Blackwell had it up there, trapping him or double teaming him and making him give the ball up, or at least forcing him into shots that if he made, he make, but off the move instead of getting his feet set or to the rim, but off the dribble type stuff. So that kind of the game there. In the first half, did a nice job with it. But then we got in foul trouble and had to take Hunter out, Jackson out. You know, it wasn't quite effective without those guys in there. So, but again, great win. Really proud of the guys. They came out and really showed what they're capable of, and you know, hopefully we can build on this and you know, continue to move forward.
I think especially when we talk about showing what they're capable of, you know, I think over the last few games, it's fair to say some people have forgot about what a good perimeter shooting team that this group can be. And it started with that inside-out attack. And when you got guys collapsing down hard on 6'4", 6'5", 6'4" all night long, it opens up a lot of opportunities. And they kept switching. We saw 3-2. We saw the 1-3-1 compressed. We'd see them draw it out. We saw man. But we were able, it seemed like, to get a number of quality open looks on kickouts tonight. And guys like Jackson just going insane in that third quarter. He puts up 3 triples on the night. Michael with 3 triples. It's just not three-point shooting that we've typically seen out of this team over the last few games. Even Peyton, who normally is hot from outside, had been quiet, but he chips in 3 as well.
Yeah, Peyton had a good week of shooting. I mean, he had a rough couple weeks. He was really pretty sick. And, you know, he's still, you know, feeling good. He had a rough week really this week. He got popped in the nose, and tonight he got hit in the mouth and chipped his tooth. But, you know, again, he stepped up, made some big shots. Jackson, you know, stepped up and pulling the trigger. And it's just all about getting those shots in rhythm. And early in the year, we weren't getting those shots in rhythm. You know, we were one pass and just letting it fly. And tonight I thought we did a great job with ball movement. Once Michael and Noah really started attacking those gaps of the zone, they were able to get inside there and kick to people for threes. Of course, Michael got a couple himself, and you know, the good thing is that they're looking for their shots, but they're also looking for each other, and it's not anybody out there just looking all the time to get theirs. And they're starting, at least tonight. You know, I thought we played really well together as a team, and you know, when we do that, you know, we're obviously a pretty dangerous team.
And that defense not only forcing 21 turnovers on the night, Coach, and getting scoring transition, you know, going, scoring in transition going, and getting those good unselfish looks and good ball movement. But tonight at the free throw line, pretty impressive. Again, after going 14 of 14 in one of the outings last weekend, you answer with 22 of 24. And one of the goals of this team, I know, is always to hit more than the opponent shoots. And tonight that was the case. 22 of 24 for the Senators, just 12 of 15 for the Jackets.
Yeah, that's awesome. That makes me, you know, obviously that makes me really happy, because that's something we really emphasize. These guys are great free throw shooters, and being aggressive. You know, if you play the game aggressively, you play the game the right way, it usually rewards you. It rewards the team that's doing that. And you know, we were able to get to the line a lot tonight and step up and make those shots. And you know, again, when we're doing that, we're able to put some points on the board.
I think I know what answer I'm going to get, but I'm going to throw this out just for talk anyway. You know, the win puts you at 4-0 in the conference, and I know there's some games ahead. It's a monster double dip weekend. Big home game against North Harrison, on the road at New Wash. But then you look around the corner, Coach, and you got to